make a dance that goes with this song. Then I'ma be on. Basic, gon' dance to it. Basic, everywhere, gon' dance to it. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, all in it. You gotta, baby, shake that, shake that, shake that. You gotta, baby, shake that, shake that. Shake it. I got 2 shows, I'm about to pitch another. Throwing alley-oops to my brothers. We all shine, nobody victims. I'm on these sweatsuits, black pippins. I swag different. That's why the money in the bag different. Come up short, you have your fam. I lay on beaches and swerving whips. You ain't serving, you just an urban myth. And I that bouncing up and down, nearly broke. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it.
Polo to the flow though. You already know though. It's Adamville for real. You see ya, just take a photo. I'm reppin' that's on photo with a on your bro though. Cause that Jodo thought that he could rob a player for some dodo. Oh no, I'm so Allen Temple. I'm so England Manor. I'm so Mystic Valley. And I got a couple yesterday out of Cali. And my bag from the valley bought me brand new balance. And I'm playing with a no American dream, dusted roll. Man, she been riding since her daddy rode on.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we have an offense that keeps itself on the field. The Texans are top 10 in converting on third down, and they'll be up against the Colts defense that wants to make quick stops.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard. Between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. This is Lamar Miller. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Here's Watson now on second down. Going deep for Hopkins. They've got his man complete. A gain of 39 that time.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
On second down, here's Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
2 yards to go here on third down. Watson. And finding Fedorowicz. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Fedorowicz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Coleman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's Coleman. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tevin Coleman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On second down, here's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first down carry now for Miller. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. Again with Coleman. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On third down, that's Coleman. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
This is Coleman, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Now, I can't imagine any celebrations being any bigger than your first NFL touchdown. And this rookie running back is still seeking his. He's not going to get it on that play. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Here's Love. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this will come up short.
Flush to his right, and that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard, right around the 31. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. The 30, the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front, creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. After the interception, it's Love. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's second down. To throw on second down is Love. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing on third down. Love. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Let's go. On first down, it's Watson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, here's Locke. On the screen, this is Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And some room to roam now. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first down, Locke. And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And that'll bring up second down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
As they run the counter play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Back to throw, Locke. And that is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fielded at the 20. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They begin with a run by Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Play clock winding down. Play action from Miller. Now Watson eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll toss it to Miller. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And the play clock's running down. They'll try the air now with Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now a first down throw. Luck going underneath. It's Coleman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's a second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a handoff here to his running back. Gets around him. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Luck on first down. He gets it to Humphries. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Now it's Luck. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Bernardrick McKinney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Luck. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So following the penalty, now 1st and 5. Here's Luck. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. And now the offense operates in the red zone. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now a handoff looking right, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Love. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard near the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's 2nd and 7. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Again, it's Miller. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stopped short of the 30. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Watson on 3rd down. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's a give to Miller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They keep it with Miller on 1st down. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now a handoff to Miller. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's brought down after a good gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Play clock winding down. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Flex round. Here we go.
And And now it's 2nd and goal. And they'll give Miller another crack. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. C.J. Fedorowicz with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Out of the gun, Luck. And he fires one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now Miller, he's had a big workload here tonight. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Throwing now, Watson. A swing pass caught. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go.
Here's Watson. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Texans, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.